So I have this video that I'm going to go through to show how I take a sketch, like a hand-drawn sketch, and then modify it in Photoshop. And to do this, I will paint a mask over the foreground subject. So this will just show you my mask painting technique. So what I generally do is bring my artwork in. Usually I just copy it with a screenshot and paste it in, or I'll just open it directly from wherever that file is. And then I will duplicate the layer. So I have two layers, and then I will create an adjustment layer in between those two layers. So there's this little icon in your layers panel. It's a circle with a diagonal line going through it. You can access adjustments here, and these are adjustment layers. So I can pick this solid color, and it creates a solid color adjustment layer. It brings up the color picker, and here I usually pick like a really bright color, like a bright green. So it will be obvious as I create my mask. When I create that mask, the bright green will show up in the areas that are being masked out. So on the layer that I previously duplicated, I will click my little mask icon. So it's the little Japanese flag icon. And now the key to doing this is you want to paint in the thumbnail that's appearing to the left of the image thumbnail. So that blank white space is where you will be painting to basically hide parts of the image, which is to the right. So I know I'm painting in that blank white space because it's active, and I know it's active because the corners have this white highlighting in the corner. If I click on the image to the right, the corners highlight, and if I painted now, it would be painting on the image. If I click on the white thumbnail to the left, the corners get highlighted with these white corners, and I know I'm painting on the thumbnail to the left. So here I'm just using black. So black is the color that's going to hide the image and reveal the green. And as I'm doing this, it's going to look like I'm painting in the color below, but I'm really just painting in black. And I gotta adjust my display real quick before I paint. So I'll hit B for my brush. I will pick a standard round brush, like a hard round brush here. I will then hit D, and what D does, the shortcut D, the letter key on the D board, it will make your foreground color white and your background color black. So it just is defaulting your color chips in the toolbar to white in the foreground, black in the background. You can hit X, and X will basically flip the colors in those color chips. So now black is the foreground color. And the reason I want black is because when you paint in that mask area, black is going to hide. So basically I am painting out what is the background of this weird head. And I like these little towers. I think the idea when I drew this too is the top of the head. I'm talking about the drawing here. It has like some weird architecture, and the top of the head is missing, so it has like these hollow spaces. So I'm kind of keeping in some of these elements, but there's this like hollow space down below. I kind of like that. So I'm just kind of painting this in here, and I just got a rough outline. And sometimes you will have to zoom in and out. So I use my space bar, and I hit Command with the space bar press, or Control and PC. That will let me zoom in, and if I add Option or Alt to that, that'll let me zoom out. So I do that a lot as I'm working. It's a lot better to use these shortcuts rather than going into the tool in the toolbar every single time, like clicking on the magnifying tool if you need to access that, because you want to keep the flow of painting going. So I just like to use the shortcuts. So I got this green being revealed. I'm not painting in green, I'm painting in black, and it's revealing the green below, because black is hiding, or is basically hiding the pixels and creating transparency with the mask. So I just got the outline there, and I want to fill everything else with black. So what I generally do is I will option click on the mask. So now I only see the black that I painted in that mask area. And then I will use like a selection tool, like the magic wand tool. Select the white on the outside, make sure contiguous is turned on, so you're only selecting the white that is continuous. And then I will hit option delete, and it fills that selection with black. And then I will select the white area on the inside, and I will invert the selection, because I want to, sometimes when you create a selection and you have some anti-aliasing, you get this like white line. So I just want to ensure that the mask is fully black. So I'm going to now invert the selection by hitting Shift Command I. That is the shortcut to invert your selection. On a PC, it's Shift Control I. And then I will fill that inverted selection, which is the background, with black again, hitting option delete. So that assures that it's fully black and I don't have any like white pixels coming through. And then I will click on the thumbnail to the right in my layers of the actual image, and now I know I have a good mask. So the reason I like to use the green is because it just makes it clear that I'm creating a mask. I'll turn off that solid color adjustment layer, and then what I'll do is maybe I'll play with the background in some way. I've been really enjoying playing with these neural filters. These are a new feature in Photoshop. So you have these neural filters. So I will take my background to the drawing, go into these neural filters, and I'm just showing you this because I think it's pretty cool. You pick a preset, and it's basically applying a style of a painting to the background. So this is there's different things in here. It just kind of like agitates the background, and I think that's pretty cool. And sometimes you can go into custom, and I will select maybe another drawing that I've done. So I have this drawing here. So instead of using an artist painting, I'm using my own artwork to transfer the style. And it's just adding some interest to the background, that, a little bit of experimentation. It's causing the pixels to just kind of get distorted in different weird ways, which I kind of think is cool. And, maybe I'll utilize that. So, yeah, that's the process. And then I'll, maybe create another layer on top of the mask layer and add detail, paint some additional detail to make this drawing stand out even more. But yeah, that's my process for creating a mask. Thanks.